How y'all doing today? Today I got another versus video, if you will. On this side, we have the 501 Tactical Rush 72, proudly made in Vietnam, coming in about 55 liters according to 501 Tactical's website, which I dispute, and I'll get into that in a moment. Over here, we have the RAPDOM or RAPDOM 96-hour backpack. They label this as their 4-day backpack, whereas they label this their 3-day backpack. As you can see from the front, oh, I should also mention, this is also proudly made in Vietnam, for those who are wondering. So as you can imagine, you can see here, they look very similar. I mean, look at this. Top pocket, pocket. They have a very similar design, and that's because this was made first, and this company was inspired by this company to create this. So I made a comment about disputing the dimensions, and here's why. I looked up this morning, and it said they being 501 claimed this is a 55-liter pack. Rapid Dominance claimed this was a 52-liter pack. Now, when I bought this pack 4 years ago, that was labeled as a 52-liter pack. When I bought this 3 years ago, this was like considered a 54-liter pack. So, you know, when it comes to the numbers, they always play with these things. You know, maybe 501 Tactical decided to add this pocket, and boom, that increased the size. And maybe Rapid Dominance decided not to add the size to these pockets. That's why it got smaller. I don't know, but here's the point. This is bigger than this, and this is why I bought this later on, because I needed it, because I had to carry more crap. And because I had to carry more crap, I needed more room, and so I bought this. So today what we're going to look at is, you know, look at the similarities and what's good and what's bad about both of these. So one similarity, you can see they both have a top pocket. This is like my bug out bag now. And you see I got like a headlamp in here, and I got like gloves and some other stuff there. It's a small pocket. It's really not that big, and that's kind of disappointing because it's supposed to be a tactical backpack. So you'd expect to have more room to fit like night vision, you know, your bigger pair of goggles, gloves, something. But instead, it's a tight fit. It's okay for civilian use, and even in the military we use them, but it's just not ideal in my opinion. On the other hand, though, look at this. This is a much bigger pocket. And it's so much bigger. Let me show you something here. Let's take this big flashlight. I put it in there. Look how much room you got in here. You can easily put huge, you know, gloves, goggles, knife fish, whatever you want to put in here. It fits, no problem. I like this pocket. It's very good. They are both, otherwise though, they're both the same design. You have mesh here. You have a back pocket here. Stash items. They're the same in this regard. Going with the theme of the pockets here. So I got a camera, I got my solar charger. The Rapid Dominance and the 501 Tactical do depart from this area. This is how they depart. You have one centralized admin pocket here. On the English, on the Rapid Dominance, you have two pockets. On this outermost pocket, this is where I keep my flip-flops. When I travel to some dirty places. When I shower, I have to have, you know, foot protection, so I wear these in the shower. My toiletry kit fits really nice in there. But in here, this is the outer pocket, which you just, you know, you would imagine put large magazines in here, or in my case, shower shoes. Then behind it, you've got the actual admin pocket, which would have like M16 style size stuff. You got a place for your pens, a knife, whatever. But to be honest with you, I don't like this design. Having two pockets confuses things. It was like back to back like that. To me, it would have made more sense to make one big pocket, put these like right here, and you would have had so much space. It would have been simpler, and believe me, you will get these confused, especially when it's kind of dark. You'll be fumbling around and you mean to get this zipper, but instead you reach and get this zipper instead. But it's not a deal breaker. Both of these, continuous comparisons, have fleece-lined pocket, fleece-lined pocket. They both hold sunglasses well, except remember, if you put sunglasses in here, don't be surprised if they get smashed when it's filled to the brim. This is the backpack. I actually had these, my Maui Gems broken a few years ago. $200 glasses. Had them for like 3 years. They were working great. put them in here because I was traveling and I had a bunch of clothes and stuff in there. Come home, smashed. Yeah, that wasn't cool. So let me put this back in here. We can continue this. Okay. Sorry for the noise. I'm at the my local favorite military base, and they got the helicopters and stuff out maneuvering. Turn to the side. Now, what you see, the side is different. 5-in-1 Tactical went with a large pocket on each side. They're the same. Rapid Dominance went with 2 pockets. Both have their pros and cons. I tend to like this overall more because I can put things like my toiletry kit here. I'll often put like my toothbrush, deodorant, you know, I got my sunglass cleaning kit. All that stuff conveniently fits here. And on the other side, I don't have it with me, but I'll usually put my MacBook's power charger here and other accessories. Works really good. And I can put oddball stuff down here. The problem with this is, this holds stuff. I mean, it's a bigger pocket, but if you put something down here, like a canteen or something, you just have lots of empty space. So I prefer to have less empty space. But speaking of which, let me show you something about the Rapid Dominance. Look at this pocket here. I have a canteen here. And I don't know if you can see it on the camera. Let me check the angle of that for you. But this canteen barely fits in there. I have to push it down there. I have to really move these zippers over to get that to fit. So, in other words, it's a tight fit. On the other hand, this, you put it in, no problem. Okay? So that's kind of something I would like to see. I would like, if Rapid Dominance was to redesign this, I'd like to see these pockets a little bigger, like a little more purpose-built to carry canteens, water bottles, and stuff, and even make this a little smaller if you had to. Other than that, you know, they're both good. They're just different, and it's all up to you to determine what you like and don't like about it. On the back side, again, look at the similarities between these two. You can tell Rapid Dominance got inspiration from 5-1. See the designs here? Again, same design, except Rapid Dominance made their, they made these pads thicker. These here are virtually non-existent in my opinion. Yeah, they're there. Yeah, you can feel them on your back, but they don't give you a lot of back support. And that's a pro and the con, which I'll get to in a moment, but the real deal is you're going to sweat more with this, and you're going to feel the load on your back a lot more than with the Rapid Dominance backpack. The Rapid Dominance also, instead of having nylon, it actually has like a foam here. And underneath the foam has the plastic backboard, like this does. This also has really thick shoulder straps that are really comfortable, whereas these are thinner. And that gets into the pros and cons. Okay, for a military application, or say you're in law enforcement, when it comes to, yeah, comfort, this is obviously more comfortable. Oh, and I should forgot to mention, you also got the stowaway belt, right? Very thick. This is actually very useful. It will help support the weight. This one, much thinner, it does not help support your weight. It just kind of wraps around your waist for stability, but it doesn't do anything great for helping with load distribution, just so you know. Anyway, get on target. Okay, so if you're wanting a travel bag, something that's comfortable, you're not wearing like body armor, but this is the way to go. I wore this with body armor because I've used both of these for field training exercises and squad training exercises. In my opinion, neither one fits great over standard U.S. Army issue armor. The pads like on this are way too thick. These are too big, too thick to be fitting on your backpack with the armor. It's very weird feeling. These are thinner, so it fits better. In fact, way better. But I still don't feel that, it just doesn't feel like a good fit compared to the U.S. issued. The U.S. issued backpacks, by the way, they're not the most comfortable things in the world, but they are designed to work with body armor. So the straps are really thin, and so it just goes, it takes, how can I describe it? I don't have my body armor with me, so I can't like show you, and I'm sorry for that. But thinner straps are going to fit over body armor. If you're already wearing a lot of bulky equipment and stuff, thick straps get in the way. Thick straps are harder to fasten, buckle down, all that stuff. So just keep this in mind. If you're a civilian, you want something to travel and play around with, like bushcrafting, these are fine. But if you're looking for a military application, I would have to say for the field, this is a better use, but it's not the perfect fit. Maybe I can sum it up that way. Okay, now let's see what else is different. Oh, both have these ridiculously large pockets here. And right here, I just got this coil in here, but both these are really great size for carrying like your notebooks, notepads and stuff. And of course for carrying 3 liters of water. Very similar, there's no need to open both up now. Now the inside of these is both, again, very similar. Because this is just the cousin of this as far as I'm concerned. With one exception. Here, let's move this out of the way. Rapid Dominance chose to give you a padded sleeve here. This sleeve's padded, so if you do have that notebook, especially, I mean, my gosh, you can easily put a 17-inch notebook. When you want some padding, this will have it. 501 Tactical does not have that padding inside. Just a little food for thought. In terms of pricing, okay. This is funny, I'm looking this up this morning to get stats. Rapid Dominance retail price was like $255 bucks. Theirs is like $169 right now. You can get both of them on Amazon for like roughly the same price. I saw this for $125 this morning. This is like $130. Lowest price for this. So the retail price, this is way more expensive, but when it comes to Amazon, which is probably, you know, most Americans' #1 shopping place, this is a little bit cheaper than this, and they're both very affordable. You know, you're going to pay like $130. That's not necessarily cheap, but it is affordable, and you get your money's worth out of it. And to continue on with the comparisons, with the pros and cons, Rapid Dominance went a little too far in its 501 Tactical inspiration. You see this here? Okay, this is like how the first generation 501 Tactical backpacks were made. Instead of having this overlap of nylon like you see nowadays, see how you got this like overlap here? Keeps this really secure, and to the credit of 501 Tactical, it works really well in terms of keeping these shoulder straps from ripping out and stuff. Rapid Dominance went with the first generation style where they just put 2 pieces of nylon and stitching up here. And you see right here how that's like, you can see where it's stressing. So that means I've had this pack for 3 years, but every time I wear it, I have to worry about putting too much stress on this and this ripping. So I'm not going to put it over my shoulder. You know, a lot of backpacks you can put over your shoulder, like how I got it here, and not worry about it. This one, I always got to keep an eye out on it. So that's a ding against this, and that's something to consider. I've wrote about 501 not 501, I'm sorry, I wrote to Rapid Dominance about doing some upgrades and stuff, and I got one of those, thank you for your feedback, sir. We appreciate customer support, you know, feedback messages. But I don't think they've updated this design, which is a shame. Because otherwise I might actually just turn this, I'll sell this off and go get an updated design, because it really is a great travel bag. Let's see, what else do we get? The Rapid Dominance, I don't have it here. Actually, I got it stowed away in the backpack. I'm not going to bring it out. They actually come with lashings for you. They actually come with tie-down straps that come to the bottom. 2 of them. And you just feed it through here, and they buckle together. In fact, you know what? Let me just go ahead and get those for you. Sometimes visual representation is so much better than spoken word. There you go. See? That's one of them right there. So it comes with 2 of these. Run it through the bottom, cinch down your gear. It's pretty cool. It's a good value. You don't have to spend money on extra cordage or anything. Of course, both backpacks do have sternum straps, but I take them off. I just stow them away because I use these for travel more than I do like a tactical environment. So I don't have to have it cinched down. And plus, when you have all the buckles and stuff hanging out, it's just a more chance of it getting broken. Yeah. Which I've got plenty of stories on that. So then I guess at the end, if I was to conclude this video, I want to try to wrap it up. If you were to say, hey, which one's the better deal? Which one should I go for? I would say overall, it's going to be this backpack. This backpack is bigger. Which, maybe this is bigger enough for you, and that's fine. But I find that it meets my needs better. It is more comfortable. The organization, you know, it's a give or take, right? It all depends what you want. But I do kind of like this one a little bit more. Except for this. That is a really big deal, I think, because that's going to wear out in the longevity of it. And even though RAPDOM offers a lifetime guarantee to the original purchaser of their backpack, you still got to fill out the paperwork. You still got to send it in. Blah, blah, blah. And speaking of quality, I should mention this. Both Rapid Dominant suffers from, I don't know, I call it the 511 curse. Maybe it's a good way of putting it. The 501 curse is this. 501 Tactical, I've had many of their products because they used to sell them in our PX and stuff, and so we could buy them. They have like a shedding issue. I mean, you'll get like this pallet webbing here, and you don't see it now because I've had to shave this stuff off over the years. But this stuff, the threading here would just like pour out, like this one right here. This is what I'm talking about. Except instead of being in here, imagine it like out to here if I didn't burn it off. You'd see that happen a lot with 501 Tactical products. Like around the handles, the threading would come out. The pallet webbing threading would come out. Same thing here, and that's really annoying. I mean, because I don't want to have to be taking my cigarette lighter all day, which I've had to in the, you know, like, here's my cigarette lighter. I don't want to be having to go with this. Yep. It's windy today. Anyway, I don't want to have to burn it off, right? I got better things to do, and I don't want to have to worry about the longevity of the product because of that. But beyond that, it works. In fact, here it is 3 years later, you know, I guess it stopped shedding, so it's still holding together. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review, and, you know, giving an informed opinion and from user experience, daily use, about which one works great. Both of them are good. Really, if you're looking for a large backpack for traveling and some bushcraft and maybe for tactical use, I guess really you can't go wrong with either one. But just keep in mind, neither one is a hiking backpack. They're not built for hiking. Trust me, it doesn't work well for it. Oh yeah, and camping, they're good for camping. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry if I rambled a little bit. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, let me know. I'd be happy to answer your questions. Give you one more back view. Both products. Oh yes, I should mention, this has the shove it pocket, which I personally don't like because once it gets weight, it just dangles down. So I had to add Velcro here to help keep it in place, which is worn out. That's another thing I should mention. Alright, thanks for watching. Out.